everybody, welcome back. So, you think about moving to Boise, Idaho. Well, before you pack that moving truck, there are 10 things you should absolutely know before you actually make that move. So, don't get me wrong, I love living here. There's a reason why thousands of people relocate to the Treasure Valley every year. After helping buyers for nearly 10 years, I've seen people move here with expectations that don't always match the reality of it. So, some end up loving Boise more than they expected, and others were caught completely off guard. So hopefully in this video, we want to educate you and bring you into reality. Today I'm going to walk you through the good, the bad, the ugly, and the things that might actually change your mind before you end up buying a home here. So let's jump in. Number one, I'm going to do it backwards and not save it till the end. Number one, wildfire season. It is real here. If you've been watching the news lately, probably have seen we currently have another wildfire actually burning in the Boise foothills right now as of 7/7/26. It's about 500-acre fire last I heard. Most years in Boise we have different levels of wildfire activity, but many of the fires stay away from neighborhoods, but this one is actually in pretty close. And so not only does that affect the homes, right, threaten the homes, we have to evacuate, but the smoke can really affect the air quality. If you have asthma, allergies, any kind of respiratory issues, we do have a fire season here, and that's something to consider because smoke is a problem here in the July-August timelines. It's not a reason to avoid Boise. If that's something that affects you, it should be part of your decision-making process. Number two, Boise is more expensive than most people expect. One of the biggest surprises that I see people that they mention is Boise is not the bargain it used to be. Home prices have climbed dramatically over the last several years. While we still may be less expensive than, say, Seattle, Bay Area, but buyers from the Midwest and the South are often surprised at today's prices here in the Treasure Valley. Before relocating, make sure you understand what your budget will actually buy, okay? Number three, winters are mild, but don't expect Arizona. People often hear Idaho and picture 6 feet of snow. And actually, Boise is relatively mild. It's a little bit of a banana belt. Boise has relatively mild winters compared to much of the state. That said, we do get snow, freezing temperatures and icy roads, and the occasional inversion where the cold air traps the fog and the smog in the valley. If you've never driven on ice before, winter can take a little bit of getting used to. Number four, traffic's getting worse. It's a gripe everybody talks about, all the locals. Boise traffic isn't anything like Los Angeles, not even close, okay? But compared to what longtime locals remember, traffic has increased significantly. Road construction, population growth, infrastructure growth are making commutes a lot longer, and now it's just a part of daily life. If you're buying a home, test that commute time, especially during rush hour. I always encourage people to check out that house and neighborhood several times before you buy. Boise isn't just Boise, it's the Treasure Valley, and that's one of the biggest mistakes I hear too. People search Boise homes, and many of them end up buying in Meridian, Star, Kuna, Nampa, Caldwell. The further away you get from Boise, the prices vary differently. Each city has its own personality, schools, lifestyle. Sometimes the perfect home actually isn't in Boise proper. Number six, water matters more than you think. One thing many out-of-state buyers have never heard of is irrigation. Irrigation is huge here, and water is very important. So depending on where you buy, you may have irrigation water through a irrigation district, instead of watering solely on city water. Now, there can be assessments, maintenance, and responsibilities and seasonal schedules that you need to educate yourself on. It's not complicated, but it's something you need to understand before you close. Is ask about how do you irrigate or how do you water. Number seven, Boise is an outdoor paradise. If you love hiking, mountain biking, skiing, fishing, camping, you'll find it here. You're gonna love it here. Within a short drive, you can be in the mountains, floating a river, exploring trails, spending the weekend in the forest. It is amazing what you can access. Within 2 hours, you can be in pretty remote areas. So for many people, that's why they move here. Number eight, not every neighborhood is the same. Two homes that are only 5 minutes apart can offer completely different lifestyles. Some neighborhoods, we have mature trees, larger lots, while others are newer developments with HOAs and community amenities. Know what you're getting into before you buy. Ask about HOAs and CC&Rs, the rules of that neighborhood. That's why I always encourage buyers to spend time exploring those neighborhoods, not just looking at houses online. Number 9, Idaho has 4 real seasons. If you're coming from California, Arizona, you're going to experience all 4 seasons here. Spring is beautiful. We had a great spring this year. Summers are warm and pretty hot for me, fair-skinned and dry. Fall is one of my favorite times of years, and yes, winter brings snow. But many people love having 4 distinct seasons. It's definitely an adjustment if you've never experienced it before. Number 10, the right realtor matters. The most important of them all, right? Buying a home isn't about finding something on Zillow. There's a lot involved. It's understanding the neighborhood, understanding future development, HOAs, as we talked about, or the CC&Rs, the rules of that neighborhood, wildfire consideration, flood zones, another thing that just got revamped, commute times, school boundaries. That's where having someone local can save you from making an expensive mistake. The last thing I want is people to make a mistake and call me in a year and say they're not happy. In closing, so should you move to Boise? Well, for a lot of people, absolutely. But I'd rather help somebody decide that Boise isn't or isn't the right fit before they buy and regret their decision a year or so later. If you think about relocating to Boise or anywhere in the Treasure Valley, I've been doing this for 10 years. I love what I do. I love helping people. I love educating people. So if you want to reach out, please do. I'm going to leave all my information in the description below, as well as a home buyer guide in there. That's geared more towards first-time home buyers, but there'll also be a relocation guide. And let me know, any questions or any other things that you would love to talk about in future videos. I love comments. I love to learn and grow, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.